Okay, okay.
And we should be live. I always like starting that couple of seconds when you go, we should be live. I hope we're live. Are we live?
I think we're live.
Yeah. Hi, guys. We're back again today, as we promised yesterday. And today we have revealed. So we wanted to actually make sure that we were sharing with you from yesterday. Now, this is, by the way, isn't about us. It's the only shortcut to success that we know that we've found. And we've tried a few or 20 dozen. Yeah, we've tried a few. And people ask us, well, what did you do? How did you do that? What did you do the next step? So we kind of thought, again, coming on each day to share these things with you are insights that we're hoping will help you and shortcut the process for you. Because today is all about Sarah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm pointing at you. Today is all about.
I'm mesmerized by your talking. Today is all about a shortcut to success. So there's two aspects of the shortcut to success that we've figured out, isn't there, Carmel? So the first one, you might have heard it before, but it's this idea of just do it now. Now, that's always easier said than done, isn't it? But it's taking action. And I think that we all too often get hung up on, is it right? Is it perfect? Am I ready to roll something out? Are we doing this now? And I think if it's one thing that we've learned together, Carmel, is that it's actually better to be moving forward faster and effing it up faster than it is to not be doing anything and being worried about mucking it up and maybe not getting it perfect or right first time.
And I think the saying that always comes to mind is like, done is better than perfect. And getting that, because there just never seems to be enough time for all of it. There just doesn't. Yeah. And I do it now. Yeah.
A key to this is not just that it's not just taking action. And we went into this on a members call recently. It's about behaving it into existence. And it's taking that idea of just do it and all these things, that we've heard before into the next level, which is when we're in business, when we're doing marketing, when we're increasing our entrepreneurial skills, it is a new behavior that we have to take on. We have to behave something to become it. And there's also that other saying of like, you've got to fake it till you make it. And it's not even that, it's behave it until it becomes true. So we have to look at those behaviors that we're doing every day and say, is that behavior getting me closer to my goal, or is it taking me further away from my goal?
And that's hard to spot for yourself, because you're so used to behaving a certain way. I know for me, I was like, behave it into existence? What the hell are you talking about? But I know you had a great example of how you wanted to change a behavior, because you used to love to shut up. No, but you used to get that dopamine. You used to, and this is what happens, that whatever we do on a really consistent basis, you never do that unless you're getting something out of it. End of story. So for you, that was your thing. So for me, sometimes it's overeating. It's whatever it is. So, well, how does a person that doesn't do that behave? And I think you went through a process where you just put a goal for 12 months. You weren't actually going to go shopping or something like that.
Yeah, well, so this was to do with how do we behave in a new money code. So part of becoming an entrepreneur is you actually have to start changing your psychology and start changing those default reactions to things to do with money. And so I made a decision that I wanted to behave a new behavior and I stopped shopping. So, which was really hard, because you gotta remember I came from a background where when you're working in like casual work and you're not on a necessarily great income, sometimes the only reward that you get for having a hard day is to go and splurge on something, or go for dinner out, or buy a new top or something like that, because that's the little reward you can have for a really massive day working on someone else's time. So I was very much trapped in that money code and behavior code of spending to feel better. So when I realized that was getting in the way, I tried to stop shopping for a year. And look, it wasn't easy, and I don't think anything is when it's new and you're trying to change your behaviors. But I actually got down to the point where I turned to my then boyfriend, now husband, and I said, I'm not even going to do the grocery shopping. So just any situation that was me reaching for my purse had to be intersected by something. And sometimes it's just completely not allowing yourself to be put in that situation, which was part of that. And look, I wasn't a big spender. It was just a frivolous stuff, which was like, well, that's cash going somewhere else, that when it could be directed into a different avenue. So that's just an example of like, having to take action on a behavior to change it to get to where I wanted to go. A strategy for that.
And I think it's, for me, when I've tried to change behavior, I've made a game out of it. Hot tip, guys, I've made a game out of it. So sometimes it was like, I'm going to see if I can not buy any more food for the house for this week or month or whatever, because I have so much stuff around here. But I'd make a game out of it rather than coming from, and this was a big shift for me, was coming from a place of lack. Oh, I can't afford it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Because then you want it more. When your unconscious mind believes that you're missing something, it goes searching for something to fill it. But when I made a game out of it, it was like, let's see how long I can keep that $50 or that $100 in my purse without breaking it. It became fun.
Yes.
And it was easier to do. But I know one of the things that we talk about for feck's sake, we're allowed to say feck in Ireland. It's not a swear word. It's an adjective. So I'm going to use it for the purpose of this. You need to just get in and you need to feck it up faster, but we really need the other word. So you need to get in and really stuff it up faster. Just keep making the mistakes and stuff it up, stuff it up, stuff it up. I did a presentation this morning, and one of the things came up was they're trying to make their Facebook Lives perfect. But what was resulting is they're not doing the bloody live. So they're doing the live for 20 seconds or 30 seconds and then watching it back and analyzing themselves and going, oh my God, it's like, stop it.
Yeah.
Do it, put it out there. I did one last week and somebody said, Cameron, there's no sound on it. It's like, oh, okay. I deleted it, did another one. You know.
Yes. I was going to say, like, in terms of marketing, I think you've really shown and leading the way in terms of behaving it into action and behaving it so that results come to you. And exactly like that, I mean, people probably see you popping up everywhere in their newsfeed if they're friends with you or following you, and that's a behavior that you're playing out every day. There's a consistency to it, and there's, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and do it, even if like you say, you make a mistake or you forget what you're talking about, or like just before you interrupted me in a daydream and you threw it to me and I was like, oh, you know, like that's life, that's reality. And you know, a lot of what we do is on social media, and it's not perfect media, it's social media. We're all gonna have awkwardness in social situations. It's okay to show that on social media, as long as you're providing some value and generating and nurturing relationships along the way. But it's a behavior of showing up every day, taking those actions towards those goals that you want. But it's not always easy, and we get it. So there is a second step to this shortcut.
There is. And just before you go into that second step, just when you were saying about, you know, your partner, now husband, him being, you know, that buffer, if you like, to you doing whatever you do, like that support of somebody that you trust and having that support is invaluable, because what else was there to stop you going out and shopping? You know, if you hadn't have shared it with them, you would have just gone. And then it becomes willpower, and willpower can last for a certain length, but it's not something that can last for a sustainable long time unless it's made into a habit and you consistently, it's like a muscle, unless you consistently build it. But yes, the second one is
it's support. That's a nice thing. So I think it's too often we hear that just go do it, take action, and we forget about the second part of that, which is take action with support that's got you. So if you make a mistake, you know, there's people behind you going, that's okay, keep going. There's support, there's accountability, there's also guidance. So it's, again, surrounding yourself by those people who can support you, guide you, and provide feedback to lessen the load on that, oh my God, it's not perfect. Oh my God, what am I doing? Like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do that? So yeah, I mean, support has played a big role in what we do in the business. It's and on a personal and professional level.
Yeah. And I think also with why they need support is because our own psychology gets in the bloody way. And this isn't a bad thing, but, and again, it's so bizarre that I had this conversation earlier today. It's like life happens, you know, something happens there, and then we go, oh, I have to go over and help this person, and we let our business go, or I have to go and help this person, and we let our health go quite often as well. I've seen that just recently with some family members. They've let their health go to the extent because they're looking after everyone else. So it's our own default kind of positioning for that approval, or trying to make it right, or trying to make sure everyone else is okay, that when you have the support, somebody can actually point it out to you. Now, I've said before, and I say quite openly, we're very transparent. I don't mind if you come into our group or not, or you get into a group, but get yourself into a supportive environment with a dedicated program of learning so that you can be supported and learn. I just did an interview with Carmel Murphy, the networking queen, a few moments ago. And one of the questions I asked her was one of what was one of her worst mistakes or whatever that she had done in business. She said, listening to feedback from people that weren't really qualified to give me the feedback. One of her biggest mistakes. And she's she was after COVID, going around to different countries as a public speaker. And she said that was the worst thing she ever did, was listen to that feedback. And that's why you need to get yourself into that supportive community, tribe, whatever word you want to put on it, so that you can actually have something to bounce off, or someone that has been where you are, is going to where you are, maybe a few steps ahead, and can help you along the way.
Oh, definitely, 100%. And I mean, I know both you and I have a support from a business mentor, so you can get that sort of support. But then we also join forces because you need an everyday support in your business. So, you know, you might have VAs, you might have that sort of support too. You might have a business partner. And then you've also got people who will support you, like you were saying, but they may not be qualified to give you the advice and the guidance that's actually going to get you towards your goal. And they're well-meaning, they're friends, family who just want the best for you. But if you're having a bad day, or if you're struggling with your marketing, or if something's not working, or, you know, you ran an event and it was a bit of a flop or something like that, they're all going to try and protect you, when actually what you need is the progress talk. Okay, what do we need to tweak next time?
Yeah.
What do we need to improve on? What do we think, you know, might have led us down a little bit backwards or down the wrong path, and what would we do better next time? Or what new skill do we need to develop to ensure that the next step is just increase that a little bit more? So the support comes in many different forms, but 100% agree with it. You got to be a little bit choosy where it comes from.
If you actually look back, even at, you know, you or me or anybody in business, look back 4 or 5 years. And I can tell you right now, 4 or 5 years, if you look back at my Facebook or my social media, whatever, I was not doing this, because it's gone like that since I immersed myself in a supportive environment, since I started working with yourself, Sarah, since I made a decision and behaved it into. So sometimes, yes, we chat with our mentor maybe once a week. I show up regardless. I behave it into. So it's about showing up for you, behave it into existence, make it a habit. And the biggest thing, the shortcut to success, is it saves time by being in an environment like that of people, not just like-minded people, but people that have done what you're doing, or done an element of what you're doing, or, you know, have been already on the road and can hold your hand there. And then you come out feeling so much more confident, because you're going, yeah, I'm getting that feedback from the right place. Right, I'll go out and I'll try that. And that's all we do, is we go out and we take action and we feck it up a lot and go, okay, what worked, what didn't work, what? Like, we have a launch coming tomorrow, and it's, oh my God, what are we doing? We haven't done a launch before. Well, we've studied, we've researched, we've looked, we've got some support from the people around us. Now we're going out and doing it to see what works and what doesn't work.
And being realistic as well is part of the journey. And sometimes you don't know what you should be aiming for, or what level, or you know, sometimes we see these big gurus doing, you know, multi-million-dollar launches, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And it's like, the reality is that's a skill, and it takes time to develop.
Yes.
So the
Yes,
only
yes, yes.
shortcut is to go and learn from people already doing it.
Yeah.
And they're
And
going
do
to
it
help
and-
reduce the time.
Do
And
it
I-
and
you know,
pick it up.
If you wanted to become amazing at playing tennis, you go get a tennis coach. It's that kind of idea of like, you need people who can see what you're doing through a different lens of, yeah, I did that too, or I know how to improve that, and you know, come and give it a go with
Yeah.
a bit of guidance.
Cool. So we mentioned earlier we have a launch tomorrow, so watch this space. We will put a link out and you can access it. We might even sneak it under here, so you can access it now. It's $7 for 7 days to see what it is, that support, that time support, that skill support, and that cheer squad support is probably almost the other. It's a co-creation space. So I'm not going to do a big details all about it. We'll put a comment in the link. If that's something that you'd like to join our tribal group, please come in, try it for $7 for 7 days. If you don't, just please, if nothing else, and I mean this from the heart, get yourself into a supportive group that supports you and your goals, and a dedicated group or structure of learning, so that you can grow your business and make it as profitable as you deserve it to be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
So for now, guys, now we're going to be back tomorrow because we promised that this week we were going to be giving a little bit more. So you have all the options there to get the support. You have all the time-saving skills, if you like. So if there's, tomorrow we're going to be talking about marketing strategy. We're going to be talking about specifically one area of that. What is that, Sarah? Because I've just got a hiccup in my brain right now. I'm going, whoa, what were we talking about?
That's okay. I think what we're probably going to do tomorrow is, because we are launching tomorrow, I think we might have a bit of a chat of actually going live with the launch. And then also, obviously, a little bit deeper into what Exceptional Entrepreneurs is all about. And if you've been following us over these lives,
I might show you a sneak peek.
we might show you a little sneak peek
of
behind the
inside of it.
scenes, and yeah, just have a chat around that. So hope to see you there.
Yeah. And next week, we're going to be offering even more value. So make sure you keep in tune. It's usually at 2 o'clock on Perth time, Australian Western Standard Time. We're going to be adding some hands-on stuff in the coming weeks as well. We're going to be giving away some of our best content, in actual fact. So keep your eyes peeled. We're here to support and help you. And for now, it's bye from us.
Bye.